welcome to the Sock Puppet Lab with Miss Taryn from the Davis County Public Library. So I am here today with a kit that you can pick up at the library on Wednesday, July 22nd. And this video is going to show you how to make a sock puppet of your very own. So inside the bag, you'll find all the materials that you need except for a couple extra things that you probably have at home to make your sock puppet. Okay, so you can pick up these bags at the curbside delivery service where you just call the phone number and then we'll bring out the amount of kits that you need. Or you can come in person to the children's desk and we can also get kits for you there. So supplies are limited, so come in sooner rather than later to be sure that you get your kit. All right, let's get started. So first of all, you have your brown paper bag. First thing I want to pull out of it is the handy dandy instruction sheet. So for the first thing, it says check out the DCPL Facebook page for an instruction video. So that's what this is. So good job, you're watching the video. All right, so included in your bag, I'll pull everything out. It may be some different things. We've got some pipe cleaners, which you can use in a variety of ways. And we also have a sock. We'll just have one sock. Some extra supply. And more pipe cleaners. Okay, we have some yarn. Okay, and let's see here. So I went ahead and cut up some of my pipe cleaners to make it a little easier for me. I added some little stick-on jewels that you may want to stick on with glue or tape, so you can give your sock puppet some accessories. I also have little bitty pom-poms, which you can use in many different ways. Let's get the rest of them out here. Oh, and our eye. Where's my other eye? Here we go. All right, so you've got two googly eyes. You should have one sock, and it might be a different color from the one that I have here. You will also have 5 pom-poms of various sizes. So some of them are really small, like these, and then others are bigger. So you feel free to use whatever size you want. Okay, and then the next thing is 4 pipe cleaners, and I've already cut part off of mine, okay? And then last, we have some yarn, okay? And it'll be a different length so that you can cut it whatever amount you want. All right. And stick-on jewels, almost forgot that. So I have a few stick-on jewels if you want to use those. All right, so additional materials needed. I've got that listed at the bottom. One thing that you'll definitely need is some sort of glue, okay? Regular school glue works just fine. The first sock puppet I made few weeks ago actually worked perfectly with regular glue. If you have a glue gun, if your parents have that for crafting, or if you have tacky glue that comes in like a brown container, either of those will work really well and they'll dry quicker. Okay, another thing that you might want, not required, but you might want are some markers. So I have some of those, and then also some scissors. Let me grab those for you real fast. Just in case you want to change the size of any of your pipe cleaners, change the length, or your yarn. Okay. All right, so we're gonna flip over our instruction sheet and follow our directions. Now, one thing that if we were doing this in person, Miss Pam and I would come around and encourage you to use your own creativity to make this sock puppet however you want. So I'm going to make a sock puppet and yours is probably going to look different, and that's awesome. That's what we want. We want you to make it different from ours and do whatever your little creative brain says. So, all right. So these are more suggestions for you. All right, so the first thing we want to do on our handy dandy directions is to take the googly eyes and glue them above the seam of the sock, okay? So the seam is this part right here at the toe. You'll see kind of a line. You usually feel it in your sock once you put your socks on. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my hand in my sock puppet So generally, this is how it's gonna look. And your sock may be longer than mine. Mine's kind of short. But up here we have the face, right? And then down here we have the mouth, okay? And I have a loud cat that is meowing because she doesn't know why I'm home today. All right, so you can feel free to block her out. All right, so this is the way our sock puppet goes. So I'm gonna keep this in mind as I glue on my eyes. Another thing that you might want to do, and this is what I did the first time, is use a marker to kind of mark where you're gonna put the eyes. That made it easier for me so that I knew what was spaced out correctly, okay? So I'm just going to make like a dot here, okay. And it's folded, so it looks kind of funny. All right, so I'm gonna try to unfold it here. There we go. And I'm gonna take my glue, and then we will get our eyes put on. Okay, and you don't need a whole lot of glue. There it goes. All right, so got his eyes on. Let's go on to step number 2. So the second part, we're going to glue a pom-pom or 2 close to the toe line for the nose. Okay, so we've got 5 different pom-poms. They should be different colors and sizes, so you pick whichever one you want to use. I am going to use this medium-sized green one for this little guy here. And I'm gonna put it close to the toe line, okay? So I put the eyes above the toe line. This one is gonna probably go right on the toe line, and that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna try to get it here. And if you want to use your marker again, kind of plan out where you're gonna put each part before you glue it. That is fine with me. There we go. All right. And the pom-poms do not like to stay. So when I show it to you, I'm gonna be very careful because they like to roll around. Okay, cool. So we've done 1 and 2. Next, we're going to use pipe cleaners for eyebrows. Now this is optional. If you want to use something else for eyebrows, if you want to use a pipe cleaner for your nose, hey, that's cool too. All right, so I went ahead and cut this pipe cleaner just to kind of show you what size I might use here. There we go. Make our little eyebrows. Okay, and I'm doing this upside down so you guys can see it, but I kind of have his eyebrows arched a little bit so he looks surprised. It's gonna look funny. Put my glue on here. There we go. Cool. All right. Got a little bit of glue on my hands, but not too bad. All right, see my little sock guy? Okay, so next I can add yarn, and the yarn you can also do lots of cool stuff with. So I could use yarn to make hair. I could use little tiny pieces of the yarn if I wanted to cut it off and make eyelashes. I could give my sock puppet a mustache. All kinds of stuff. So feel free to do whatever you want to do with yours. Now for mine, I'm just going to kind of wrap up my yarn like this, and then stick some glue across here and make it kind of like a messy hairdo. All right, there we go. So I put glue up kind of all over the place so that it would stick with my little guy. I've seen people braid their sock puppet's hair. There may not be enough. If you cut it into small enough pieces, you actually could make a braid. So do whatever you like with it. All right, so here's my little guy. He's got a cowlick on the side. His hair looks kind of funny. All right, so next we are going to add more fun things. So this is where you really can get creative. So like your eyelashes, if you want to, I can put those on for you. Show you what they might look like. Oh man, I'm getting marker in the glue. Okay. My eyelashes don't look great because I'm not super good at drawing. But you can kind of see them here. Okay, next you can add freckles if you want. I've also seen one that had like different color spots all over the face, made it like an animal. Your sock puppet doesn't have to be a human. It can be a creature, it could be a dragon, like our summer reading theme, like imagine your story. So whatever you imagine is what your sock puppet can be. So other things you could do, you could add glasses. So that's why I gave you these extra pipe cleaners. So to make glasses, if you wanted to do that, you would just kind of roll your pipe cleaner up. Might take a little bit to get the right shape, but you could give glasses something kind of like this. Then you'd put it on his eyes and then glue it down. So here's what my little guy would look like with glasses on. You could glue the sides of the pipe cleaner to the sides of the sock. All right, a mustache, we talked about a mustache. That you can also do with your pipe cleaners or your yarn if you want to. You can cut a little piece off or a big piece. You can have a huge, nice handlebar mustache if you want. All right, so right there, there's my guy. He's got a little bit of a mustache here. So I'm actually gonna glue that mustache down because it looks kind of cool. I think so, at least. And I want to make sure the glue is underneath each part of the pipe cleaner. Okay. Yes. That's my cat again. She wants to be part of the video too. All right. So I've added a mustache. You can also add lips. I'll show you another sock puppet that I made at a different time. So this one is a girl. She has blonde hair, and you see her. See, she's got pretty pink eyelashes, and maybe some makeup on. Got a cute little blue nose and blue eyebrows. Her hair is over here. You may be able to see it. She's got a jewel in her hair, so she's fancy. But I colored this part of the sock for the lips. So underneath the seam, and this other guy, he looks a little different. His face is different from hers, and that's cool. That's, you know, I'm the same person making two different looking sock puppets. So I hope you do the same thing. So you can color it. You can just color in this part, or you can draw a mouth on. You can make a mouth with your pipe cleaners. So that's definitely another option. So you would just kind of twist this around, probably cut it a little bit to make it fit the right size. All right. So you are free to make other cool stuff. Like I said, there are gems. I'll show you how they work. So they're kind of small. They're about as big as the googly eyes, maybe a little bit smaller. But if I pull off the sticky part on the back, maybe I'm gonna get it off here. All right, here it comes. So what I'll also do here is, because the sticky doesn't work as well, so it's made for, these little jewels are basically made for paper, so they're not great with cloth, which is why I want to use my glue. All right, so I could put a little jewel somewhere, anywhere. We'll just put it in the center of his head. It's holding for right now, so that one's working. But once your puppet dries, so I can definitely see that the glue is still drying. It may need maybe a couple hours, maybe not that much, depending on how much glue you use. You'll just need to wait, and then feel free to put on a fun puppet show for your family. All right, so my other sock puppet here, she's ready to go because I made her a while ago. So you can come up with fun names and maybe a story that you can tell to your family, maybe to your brothers and sisters, your cousins, whoever you're at home with doing this activity, grandparents, babysitter, whoever. So come up with a fun story, make your fun characters, and let us know how it went in the comments. Again, you can pick up these sock puppet kit bags at the Davis County Public Library starting Wednesday. It'll be July 22nd. So we'll have them until supplies run out. So come in and get them sooner rather than later, so you can be sure to make a sock puppet with your family. All right, well, I think that's all we've got to say for now, but stay tuned for more videos, and don't forget to sign up for our summer reading program, which is running through the end of July. All right, thanks guys, bye.